T-minus 26 minutes until we get ourselves some qualifying. The third round, the Japanese Grand Prix Suzuka. It's techie, it's spoon, it's 130R, it's 200R. I'm here for it. There's some questions that we've got to answer. Is it MCL 3.9 era? Is this Lando Norris's to lose? Lando Norris 1.0 or Lando Norris 2.0? Is this Oscar Piastri's era? And we're just living in it. I don't know. Safak, Jams, Jody, Kayla, Umaj, legends one and all, each and every single time. Genie, Jordan, Woolong, Oh the Humanity, Benny, Guts, welcome to the Elated Peddler Gang. You guys are legends. I'm here for some qualifying and I can't wait. Husky and all, do you know what I mean? It's 6:34 in the morning, Saturday, the 5th, the 4th, 2025. But we do not care. We don't care for sentiment at this time. There is sleep. What sleep, Cameron? There is F1 to be watched and talked about. What do you mean? I want to get to Lando Norris in the first instance because some people reacted to my my rants yesterday, my diatribe. How very dare you call out Lando Norris? He's been brilliant. I know he's brilliant. He's a fantastic racing driver, but he does like a moan, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Pressure. What pressure? There are some serious things going on in the world, Lando Norris. Socio-economic. Did you see markets crash yesterday? Destroying the value of pensions globally. People can't even afford to pay mortgages. It's interest rates. It's hyperinflation. It's a trade war, Lando. And you want to talk about pressure in your Ferrari F40 and your £1 million McLaren P1. Behave yourself, Lando Norris. What are we talking about? I can't engage this stuff meaningfully. Abbott's Oven Reason doesn't do the extent to which Lando Norris is disrespected F1 fans all around the world justice. What are you talking about? I'm waiting for stuff. Oh, Eddie, mate, we can't get too political out here. I won't mention. We can't do it. Go on then. I just put out a cheeky poll. I heard them arguing. I wasn't meant to watch FP3. I thought, you know, get some sleep and then we'll come back strong. Purple set to quali. Couldn't even sleep. Was watching FP2. I was like, what's going on? Degna 2 or turn 9? Is that the conversation that we're having? Listen, I don't even know what's going to... I genuinely... I'm looking to predict, you know me. Each and every single time I want to accurately, robustly forecast what's going to happen. But it seems like Lando Norris has the whip hand. As soon as he started to nail Sector 3, Houston, we have a problem. Lando Norris currently 11-8 favourite to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Your second favourite is, of course, Oscar J. Piastri, followed by George Russell, who has been mint. Do you know what I mean? King George Russell of Kingsley in Norfolk. Not a bad peddler these days. Stealthy. Bigger favourite than Max Verstappen is in that dog of an RB21 to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Fastest qualifier, same. Lando Norris, odds on favourite to drop it on pole. The pole, Oscar Piastri 2-1. 1 in 3 is the probability that he manages to drop it on pole even. 12-1, George Russell. And then 18s, Maximilian Verstappen. What are we doing? How is that car? Must be really bad, eh? For Max Verstappen to be 18-1 to drop it on pole at Suzuka, a track around which he barely... If he finishes, he will finish on a podium if past this prologue. 18-1, Max Verstappen. Let's translate that. That is chaos. 18-1. 5.2% of the time, Max Verstappen drops it on pole. What are we doing here, chat? This is insanity. Ryan, you're a legend. Sonoda-san prayer circle. Let's go. Go on, let's talk about Sonoda-san because he's not looked bad. Hajar not looked bad either, eh? Both of whom look pretty decent. Go on then. So Sonoda-san looked like an absolute terror in FP1 and then all of a sudden in FP2 not so good. How did he look in FP3, chat? Let's get up some numbers. Because there's some things that with practice 3 has spoiled my mood. Oh no, March. I need to take a cheeky look. I need to refresh my memory. I was half asleep when I was watching FP3. I shall not lie, and that's not good due process from your boy out here. How very dare you, Mr. Cameron? Pull back the fourth wall. Show me an FP3. Come on, multi-viewer. Sort your life out, mate. Okay, apparently I can't get a... Why can I not see FP3 numbers? Okay, alright. Chill out, multi-viewer. God, we'll go again in a couple of minutes. Apparently I can't see... Oh, the humanity indeed. Ryan, I'm telling you. He looked good. Sonoda-san looked like he can live on the edge, and I don't hate that, I'll be honest with you. You need that if you're going to drive that RB21, if you're going to slay for that dragon as far as its handling dynamics and the challenges that it poses to you as an F1 peddler. We see per the show run and per the NASCAR show run that Sonoda-san can live in that territory. In fact, some might argue that he's born for it. I'm here for it. Come on, Sonoda-san. You guys see the merch. I mean, I don't want to plug the merch. It's cringy, isn't it? But we put a lot of time into that design, and if you like sexy designs, then we're looking to provide you with the market leading stuff. MB, I'm glad you like. I call now Sonoda who's going to qualify P5. Oh, the humanity. What's your Sonoda predictions, Marco? I think. Great. Correct. So Simon Lazenby is giving it the proper colour it deserves. That this will be FP1's FP1, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? It's only FP1. What we want to see is Sonoda do it in the pace session, and this is it now, right, in qualifying. Now we're gonna have some question. Anybody can look good in FP1. Liam Lawson could look good in FP1 in an RB21. What you want to see is when it's the proper, when it counts right, Q1, Q2, Q3. This is when it's gonna. You know, it keeps making me laugh. They keep showing Max Verstappen in the white overalls. You know that's not Max. Max didn't pose for those pictures. That's Photoshop. Max wasn't there for. Max cares not for sponsorship duties. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Everything's a myth. We're living in the Matrix. Yuki be Q3. Go on then. Let's get the first poll out. How far does Yuki get in qualifying? I want you guys to. I want to be guided by your infinite F1 wisdom. How far? When does the one that they call Sonoda-san? How far does he make it through to qualify? Let me know. 251 of you in the chat concurrently. It's 6:42 in the morning in the AMs British time, and I'm grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you. Canada rain last year wasn't good. No, I mean he's ups and downs, right? My boss used to say a lumpy P&L makes mugs of all of us, and Yuki Tsunoda's performance career to date, erstwhile, has been lumpy, eh? Genie, you're a legend. Maybe can someone please explain where did George Russell go and who is this monster? He's always been lurking, Mibishi, I'm telling you. He's always been lurking. You've heard me. 10:42. Alonso. Oof. Let's go. Q3 says hybrid. Did you guys hear Carlos Sainz Jr. in FP2, FP3 even? You're not allowed to do that. The racing notes say you can't pass. Thou shalt not pass. You've got to wait. This is why I like Carlos Sainz Jr. Do you know what I mean? Pays attention. One of these, Max Verstappen, meantime, apparently has been summoned to the stewards. Lando knows saying if you jump into that Red Bull team, are you allowed to challenge Max Verstappen? In the first instance, no, and that's why Lando didn't go there, right? Lando chose against, sacked it off. Stick, not twist. 67% of you saying Q3. He's hoping, man. I hope he goes well. I don't want him to. The pressure circumstance is becoming too techie already. Not much wet out. Not wet yet, Genie. Tomorrow. P5. Oof. Oof. Not yet, Eddie. He's Eddie. If you remember, you'd have seen the bloody video of my little man telling me who his favourite driver is. Community tab. By the way, Elated Peddlers, I know I owe a cheeky newsletter soon. I promise it's coming, because it's been a bit chaotic. I will pen my thoughts, but again, Elated Peddlers, get onto the community tab. You've got access to the Discord, so too you will have priority in the chat, and so too you will have access to some sexy emojis to express your opinions. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna get techie. I don't rate science like everybody does within F1, giving too much dues for someone who's pretty average. What? Look, Carlos Sainz is no Max Verstappen, and he's definitely not a Sir Lewis Carr, but bloody Nora, put some respect on his name. Do you know what I mean? He has his he fares well. He not overachieve isn't the word, but if you can push Charles Leclerc, modern day Jean Alesi, over the course of the 3 seasons that they spent together, 4 seasons. I mean, but for a cheeky pothole, year before last, he would have beat Charles Leclerc 2-1 in the 3 seasons, their first 3. Here we go, Christian Horner. Oof. Christian Horner, you got to manage some PR over here, chap. Speaking again to the Liam Lawson circumstance, it would have been pretty difficult for Liam to come here and continue to do well, manage for the pressure. We got to do well. Liam Lawson would have turned it around eventually, but time is something we don't have, especially if we want to win a constructor. Pull the other one, Christian. Play me a different record, mate. Like bloody Nora. How many bad decisions can one person make before you can call him a man? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blown in the wind. No more. Christian, your 9 lives have expired now. Do you know what I mean? In addition to misconduct gate, which of course he didn't do. Of course, there's not a legal case in the background or anything. There wouldn't be, wouldn't there? The UK press and media would have reported on it by now, wouldn't they? Yuki might qualify before Max, but in the race I don't see. Starley, I'm not sure. I just can't. Recency bias is strong. I don't see it. He may. It's not the least likely outcome. Do you know what I mean? He may out-qualify Max, but am I putting my mortgage on that? Christian Horner saying that he wants to see Liam Lawson back in that Racing Bulls car, which is fast, benign. You know what I mean? It's like driving F125 with all the aids on, isn't it? Is that Helmut Marko desperately trying to get a cheeky signature for a friend? Bloody Nora. Helmut, you're trying to get a signature from Sonoda-san for a friend, yet you couldn't call your child Sonoda-san to congratulate him. Huh. Here we go. Jacques Villeneuve asking him the $64,000 question. Are you going to build a car that Sonoda-san can drive, mate? Or nah? Christian Horner saying you're obviously going to put all of your design philosophy eggs in the basket that serves, that gains you the most lap time and durable competitive advantage, therefore. T minus 12, 28 seconds. Can Red Bull just appoint Laura Meckers? Bloody Nora. I don't know if they listen, it might happen at some point. They're going to have to make some decisions, is the truth. How long can you go on for? I'm just trying to I'm trying to envision the conversations that they'll be having at the board. Like, you just can't continue to make bad decisions in perpetuity, right? Listen, here's my proposition. I'm thinking if I'm Charlie Muvija, 51% owner, if you're not bringing home silverware this year, then we're going to have a problem. This is 2021 all over again for Christian Horner. If you do not get it done, then, mate, here's your P45. In the words of Martin Brundle when he was talking about Liam Lawson, like, collect your P45 on the way out the door, chap. Do you know what I mean? I love Jacques as a pundit. Him and Nika. I know, straight. Jody, you see the era that we're in, right? This is the attitude era. I mean, it's boring when everybody's so straight-laced and buttoned. This is why people love Mr. Peter D. Windsor. The fires aren't good, Foxy. We'll get to that, Foxys. But yeah, it's tired, right? Everything's too buttoned up and laced up and prim and proper. Full stop, new paragraph, indentation. Like, do you know what I mean? People want to hear something. Give me something. Why would you build a car around a slower driver? Cam agreed that. No, I get it, Darwin. Grant, let the Yuki Red Bull story up begin. I'm here for it. Tsunoda-san, number 22 in 2025. And by the way, feel free to check out the merch. It will be pinned. You can see it, bottom left. It's we put a lot of effort into that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Jackie's no piece. You don't want that. The attitude era, man. Like, give me something. Stephen A. Smith in North America. Okay, yeah, you can tell I'm tired, right? Oof. Oh wow. Sonoda-san, Ted Kravitz talking to the subject topics that matter. Sonoda-san has significantly more downforce points by dint of his rear wing angle. Look at that. Sonoda-san going with more downforce on the rear wing. Oh yeah, it's agreed. Great spot, Ted Kravitz. Max Verstappen is going a bit more risky because he can handle the car more, right? Doesn't need it as much. Wow, Sonoda-san going to be slow on the straights, but quick in the corners potentially. Spoon, 130R, 200R. Sonoda-san will have the whip hand, but Max Verstappen will be quick in the straights. Yeah. Max has zero wing. Oh, the humanity. Let's go. Good morning, Charles. You're a legend, sir. Ferrari did build around their slower driver in 2022. Lost the championship. Oof. Merch. I'm glad you like it, Jeannie. And more's coming. Promise you. More merch is coming on the way. We need to be market leading over here because I want to provide you guys with the merch that I always want to buy that I can't find or seem to procure anywhere else. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, etc., etc. Alpine worshipping the fans, and the fans are worship worthy, right? They are worship worthy. I was going to say, as I was saying about Salutations, Crackosaurus, you're a legend. I was going to say about Stephen A. Smith, $100 million contract over the course of, 5 years? What? 20 million a year by my very nutty maths. Why? Because people tune in to see him stir the pot with LeBron. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a bit impossible theatre. It can't always be straight up and down the line. People want to see a straight shooter, somebody who's going to say something, and I think that's what we're looking to do on this channel sometimes. You know, I just think F1 isn't boring, so why cover it in a way that is boring? Goated, Cam, you're a legend, Genie. Absolute legendary status. Will it rain tomorrow? High percentage, but again, depending on who you speak to, you get a different probability rating, so don't quote me on that one. Don't take it to the bank. Early morning, so potentially at the start of the race. Hopefully Sonoda-san doesn't do anything wild. I can't bear it. I know. Jams. Impossible tension and chaos. Purple set says, Cam, if nobody can make the car float like Max Verstappen does around the rear, will that make teams shy away from wanting him due to the fact that the constructors will be... no, Purple Sector. I think I can say that categorically because Paddock Insider's already realised that there's durable competitive advantage, and so lap time in having Max Verstappen drive for your team. Not that Max can't drive another car, it's that they've made a mercurial car that it seems only Max can drive very well. It's different, right? The order in which the chronology, that it matters. Chicken and egg, kind of. Sometimes Stephen A. xenophobic towards Jokic. Is he? Didn't know this. I didn't realise that. I just fixed my fantasy team. Starlay, I haven't even been in it. Are you guys still playing fantasy? I should jump in really and do something. I'll tell you what's perturbed me on fantasy though. I used to play fantasy football, soccer. It just became a proper industry. In fact, it hoovered up many more hours and minutes of my life than I would care to admit is the truth. However, it bears no comparison to the UX on the Fantasy F1 website is just nonsense. I just can't bear. I can't bear it. I can't do it to myself. You're a legend, chap. I still need to go and check your memorabilia thing. I'm quite deliberately. I hate F1 Fantasy. Genius. It bears no comparison. For those of you in North America, I imagine that the NFL user experience is like, and then you jump onto F1 and it's like, you can't use it. It doesn't refresh. You've got to do it, and you're like, what are we doing here? I can't do it to myself. I'm not there. I'm not there yet, Umanch. You're a legend. Good afternoon. What's going on, Rafa? We are here. We are out here. When was the last time Lance Stroll looked like he wants to do this? Last Grand Prix? Maybe Sparrow, when he outperformed Fernando Alonso. But I understand. You're not talking about performed well. You're talking about his countenance, his demeanour. Come on, Sonoda-san. We need a black version of the Yuki sweatshirt. You know what, Jomo? It's a good shout. It's a good shout. Eddie, it's up there already, mate. Bottom left of your screen, chat. If you want one. Right, here we go. Intro. Don't hate it. Let's go. Excuse me. Your boy Cameron's got a cough again. What's going on here? It's cold and it's hot all at the same time in the UK. Weird conditions. It's a weird world that we find ourselves in, right? Stock market crashed 20% down. Chaos. Cam and the red flags peddling the UK propaganda free merch. I mean, I've wanted to that merch, genius, I will have you know, was not quick to design. I didn't realise that the Sonoda plot was going to come to fruition when it did, but I've been meaning to get that Sonoda-san top out for a while now. 5.8 kilometres is the distance to the track. 53 laps will be the race. 1 minute 30.983 is the lap record by Lewis Hamilton. That will get broken shortly. 314 kilometres per hour top speed. There are several turns. Degner 1 and 2 is going to be chaos. So 2, 130 are. Although this is a god tier track, it's very narrow, isn't it? Especially when you consider this rule and reg spec of cars. C3, C2, C1 are your tyres. The best seats in Suzuka must be the Ferris. I know, the bloody famed Ferris wheel, mate. I don't know. The reason why I smile, it reminds me of Gran Turismo. Is all buy high, sell low, but buy when there is blood in the streets. RLJ. That's why Mr. Buffett's been on the sidelines holding billions in cash. No, we're T minus 3 minutes away. Where do I find the merch? Hybrid, you can check. It should be on the bottom left of your screen. Should be a cheeky Sonoda-san link. Should be like here. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. Yeah, it should be like here. You can click the link and it'll be in the description. F1 TV in chat, store to the link. Yeah, RJ, you're a legend. You want me to put on another link? Right. You should see it pop up. It should be on your screen somewhere. And we've had fire, by the way, chat. Can you imagine? Grass fires. What? And red flags accordingly. What are we doing, chat? I don't even understand. You can't even write it. They need to get their hands around that, though. Like, I know that you can't bank on rain to sort that out. If there's fires, you can't have a red flag every 10 seconds. You know what I mean? RLJ, there you go. Link in the chat to the old Sonoda-san top a cheeky sweatshirt, and there'll be more like that. The link is on my own phone, but not on my laptop. Jomo, I've just put it in there if you fancy getting yourself some merch. It's too late for a sandwich. No, you're all right, Jams. You got 60 seconds, and plus the proper stuff only kicks off in Q3. Q1 is just foreplay, is it not? How many think Alonso will finish this race? Oh, Yanni. The pertinent question, though, on which 212 of you have voted, is how far will Sonoda-san get through? 63% of you say Q3. Here's hoping. That would be a result. That would be a smart objective. If Yuki can keep his nose clean and get the car, even if he qualifies 10th, I don't care. If he can just get through to Q3, copy. 10-4. Broadcasting has been broken. Let's go, RLJ. You're a legend. You're an absolute legend. I hope you enjoy it, mate. I'm not shy of saying that how much work has gone into that, and how much work will continue going into the merch, because we want to build purple sector merch. You know what I mean? The proper stuff. Liam, the legend. How true are these Max to racing bulls? They can pull the trigger on it, I think. If Max wants to jump in that Racing Bulls car, I think they can do it. Although I think Max will have, like Checo Perez did, a Red Bull racing contract as versus a Red Bull contract. There's a difference. Checo Perez had a Red Bull racing contract, meaning that they couldn't demote him. Liam and Tsunoda have a Red Bull contract, meaning that if they want to switch them round or promote them, demote them, they can do, because it's all in their contract. We are 17 minutes on the docket, right? We need to get ourselves some F1 TVs up. What's going on with it's chaos. I just don't understand what's going on with the broadcast. It's as if they've forgotten how to do their job. Put the timing screens up. What are we doing here? Right, let's go. We need ourselves some graphics, don't we? And if you like yourself some graphics, a cheeky track map, seeing the speeds, the maximal velocities for the speed trap, then do yourself a favour and go and download the go-to-est F1 app to have ever goated. Of course, that's the viewer that multis, aka multi-viewer. Download it on your laptop or your desktop, and it will enhance your viewing pleasure, I promise you. And you can take that one to the bank. Listen to Jacques Villeneuve saying that they were very slow down the straights during free practice. Red Bull in the hands of Max and Yuki, meaning therefore their engines were turned down, and not necessarily that their the downforce points were dialed up. Interesting from Jacques Villeneuve, eh? Interesting. Right, let's go. Let's get some metrics up. F1 TV still down? Yeah, of course it is. Unbelievable. What are they doing? Right, so let me, for those of you guys who are experiencing difficulties, allow me to be your eyes and ears. Unacceptable. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? You pay your money and this is what you get. You know what I mean? How very dare they? Right, let me be your eyes and ears for a little bit then. Whilst F1 TV pull their bloody finger out. Do you know what I mean? Not good enough. Allow me. You're welcome, chap. Got to pay attention to the bloody the wind as well, eh? Wind has been unsettling these already very temperamental car as we're on board with Jack doing. Go on, Jack. Jack's another one that I'm rooting for. Mr. I forgot to turn off my DRS. I mean, bloody hell. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, Jack, be better than that, chap. And again, look, multi-viewer is where you can get all of these metrics that you see on your screen there and over there. Jack doing, get onto it, chap. But remember to turn off your DRS going into turn 1. Purple sectors from Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean and Lazy, and I do not hate that. 248 of you in the chat. Do me a favor, smash the like. F1 TV back up. Let's go. Starler, you're a legend. It works. Let's go. F1 TV down as well, Alonso. Oh, just refresh. Hit the refresh. Or where your graphics cam there. You've got them up now, Caroline. T-minus 14 minutes on the docket. Let's go. Right. Charles Leclerc 120.5. Do not hate that. Charles Leclerc looked good in FP3, didn't he? Hamilton goes 120, 129.1. Oof. Goes purple sector 3. What's going on there from Lewis? But he's on mediums, to be fair. Is Ferrari really looking to get through on mediums? I feel like they've just burned a set of scrubbed a set of mediums for no reason. I feel like Lewis is just making it for lost time here, like trying to get in some. This isn't the time to do race simulations, surely. This is the time to make sure that you get through to Q2. Lewis Hamilton is the only one of the 20 currently out there looking to get through to Q2 on yellow labelled medium compound tyres. Why? What are Ferrari doing here? Please don't put brilliant and Norris in the same sentence. Donald says, oh, the humanity. I think he's really good, though, Donald. It's a weird dichotomy. Almost like a juxtaposition of a person and a driver, right? Okay, forgive me, Donald. Brilliant might be a bit hyperbolic, but he's very, very good. He is very good. Giovanni, you're a legend, and too kind as well, Donald. But that's a conversation that we're going to keep having, Donald. Lando's like Sandvoort, Singapore, sans mistakes. Like F1 TV obviously doesn't want to pay the TV tariff, says Giovanni. Oh, of the moment. And this is not fake, huh? Yeah, log out, says Andrew, and go back in. Always hit the reset button. Too much updates. Andrew, you're back in. Go on then. T-minus 11 minutes left on the docket. 11 minutes and 53 seconds to be precise. Max Verstappen is on a hot lap. Let's go. All eyes on Mr. Verstappen, seeing how far we can climb up that timing sheet. 30.8. He's going to go close. Oh, here he goes. Max Verstappen on a 28.3. A tenth and a half behind Lando Norris. That matters, eh? That matters. Sonoda-san, go on. The delta between the two Red Bull Racing drivers, 3/10. I will take that, chat. I will take that. Christian Horner, by dint of Andrew Benson, for the avoidance of doubt, all F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. Oscar Piastri crosses the line and goes top. Goes a tenth quicker than his mate Lando Norris. That's significant. Zach Brown, you recall, said Oscar Piastri will be quicker, braver through the high-speed stuff than his old mate Lando Norris. George Russell goes quickest. Cumulative delta, currently carrying a favourable variance of 0.03. George Russell, all eyes on him in sector 3. It looks like he's nailed the chicane. George Russell crosses the line to go where? Top of your timing sheets. No, he's only second. Half a tenth shy of Oscar Piastri. That's chaos. George Russell has had his Weetabix today, chat. Max Verstappen says, I still have the same problem with it's like the tyres are not gripping at the front. Understeer setting, -5 brake bias, and the car won't flipping turn. Jamie, you're an absolute legend. Oh my gosh, what are we doing here? All of us, I haven't even slept, chat. All of a sudden, I am energised by the aspect that is F1, the stakes. Can Lando and Oscar do it? I mean, they were favourites, big favourites to drop it on, to lock out the front row. But again, this is a track with many travails on both sides, a multitudinous of them. 10 minutes left on the docket. Who's going hard? Currently in your drop zone, Liam Lawson. Oh, Liam Lawson nailed this. As Gasly goes up to 8th. Liam Lawson, Hadjar, Doohan, Ocon, Carlos Sainz currently in your drop zone. Sainz needs to unlearn these Ferrari traits, right? I'm getting a bit sick and tired of making excuses for my guy Carlos Sainz as Hajar goes 12th on a 129.2. 129.0. Hajar complaining about still the same issue in the cockpit. Is that water, Hajar? The likes of which Charles Leclerc had to contend with the last Grand Prix, that the likes of Frederick Vasseur were blaming him being underweight for. I mean, behave yourself. Come on, Fred. Be more bloody serious. Doohan, Ocon, Carlos Sainz, Hulkenberg, Behrman currently in your drop zone. That's a rookie sandwich, eh? All of them in there. Behrman. Oh no, just Behrman and Doohan. We can actually do that, sir. Norris is in a brilliant car. He's in a brilliant car. But I think you guys did me this, sir. I'll be harsh on Lando. I don't like his not his temperament, but the woe is me mentality cheeses me off, especially when I see the guy in his McLaren P1, a car that I desperately want but will never ever own. You're talking about pressure. Pressure is not being able to put food on your bloody table, Lando Norris. You want to talk about pressure? Like, behave yourself. Not proper. Like, T-minus 8 minutes 30 seconds left on the Carlos Sainz says, go Carlos, up into P5 on a 128.5. Now there's a Carlos Sainz gapping his teammate to the tune of 2/10. Lando Norris puts in a purple sector, a 30.6. Oof. Get the onboard going of Lando Norris, please. I want to see it. I want to see how he manages for sector 3, because that's been his Achilles heel thus far now. How's Lando going to manage? Bortoletto goes up to 9th. Let's go. Currently your drop zone with T-minus 7 minutes and 58 seconds left on the docket. Doohan, Ocon, Behrman, Lance Stroll, Isaac Hajar. Oh, the humanity. Purple sector. Sector 1, sector 2. Hajar says, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. I've got so much lap time to find, but I just can't fight. See, it's those things from Hajar. Lando Norris goes top on a 127.8. Still a lot of time to find though for Lando way. 17.5. Yellow sector 3. If he can nail that bloody final chicane, he's Gucci. Charles Leclerc in stark contrast. Green, sector 1, sector 2. But then goes 17.4, sector 3. It's like the Jekyll and Hyde, right? The Ferrari can do sector 3 really well, but rubbish in sector 1 and sector 2. McLaren in the MCL 339, particularly in the hands of Lando. God tier in sector 1 and sector 2, but struggles in the low minimum speed sector. That is sector 3. Chicane is killing him. Who's this on board? Go on then, Sir Lewis. Don't mind if I do. 30.7 first time round. Already a 10th down on Charles Leclerc's time though. And then another 10th, 2/10 down on Charles Leclerc's is the adverse delta that Lewis is carrying. So he's going to slot in about, look at that. He'll be lucky to beat George Russell at this stage if he nails himself a sector 3 in the chicane. I think Lucy's going to slot in 5th here. Oh my gosh, 6th. Fudge, don't like Dutcher. He's going to have to go again. Is Lewis' car. Awful. Lawson in trouble. Lawson's in trouble already? I don't think. Well, 29 flat. He'll go again, will Liam? He'll go again. Hajar will need to go again as well, because both of them in the drop zone. 16th is Lawson, Alonso in 17th, Antonelli in 18th, Hajar also in the drop zone in 19th, and then Stroll drop dead last. I mean, he's going to have to go. Stroll cannot. That's not good enough from the incredible Sulk, is it? 408 of you in the chat, do me a favour, smash the hoosh. Smash the like. Helmet is proven again. Hajar is embarrassing. He's going to cry and pop her helmet. He's just like, he needs to get out. If ever somebody needed a sports psychologist, it's Le Petit Prost, the one that they call Isaac Hajar. How very dare he in the middle of Q1 say, I can't focus. What? Lawson 0.2 seconds faster than Alain Prost. Le P. What's he doing? Is he struggling with his belt? What is going on here? I don't understand, chat. I'm not loving this. I'm not loving this at all. Isaac Hajar, but there are doubts. They've expressed lots of doubts about Isaac Hajar, to be fair. Not just his temperament, about his speed. He's proven the latter to be false thus far, but we're only 2 races in, eh? He needs to do it in long form over the course of 24, not just 2. Go on then, let's have a look. Your runners and riders. Lando currently has the whip hand on a 127.845. Don't hate it. Leclerc 127.9. This makes no difference. A tenth across as we're going again. We're going again. In the drop zone, Stroll still, Hadjar, Antonelli. That would be a turn up for the books. Alonso and Lawson. Oh, the humanity. Hadjar's adding weight to the car with tears. Oh, Paisley, don't. Behrman looking hot. True, Genie. I did see Ollie up in there. Biff, not bad. Haas is quick, eh? And more to the point, Behrman destroying his teammate Esteban Ocon. A 128.9 from Ocon. Half a second adrift of Behrman. That's significant, eh? It is a bit mixed up, eh, Vamp? It is. Cameron CC, what up, Cam fam? Sorry I'm late. They're already into the 127s. I know, Neil, you did mention. I was like, when somebody said, it was you that said it, Neil, yesterday. 127 yesterday looked a bit ambitious, but already 127.8 from Lando. It's a good shout. Antonelli needs to find half a second. Javier, you're an absolute legend. Gracias, Theo. Thanks for making these so much more. Oh, it's a privilege, Javier. It is a privilege. Watching F1 and talking about it with the gang. Deleted peddler settings, though. The privilege is all mine, Javier. Thank you so much, mate. And too kind as always. T-minus 3 minutes on the docket. It's a bit congested out there. M25 settings. You know what I mean? You got to get yourself some. At this stage, you want to be the last one to cross the finishing line to take advantage, therefore, at the rate at which the track is evolving, of course. But so too, you need to get yourself a bit of free track, right? Get out of dirty air of the person in front. How do you solve for that dichotomy? All the while keeping your tyres in the optimal temperature window with 2 minutes 33 seconds left on the docket. Come off the man. Or come off the hour, come off the man, they say. Most of us have been waiting for Yuki to go to Red Bull, so we tend not to care about Lawson and focus on Yuki, but we don't exactly hate Yuki. It's just excitement for I understand, Daniel. I'm right there with you. Monster Ball says, fingers crossed at the back markers. Go on, 2 minutes. Pressure all round. Antonelli, let's see what you're made of, chap, as you're on your outlap. Just get that on board of Antonelli. I wouldn't mind watching this. Max Verstappen goes third. Max Verstappen down in 8th. Go on then, all eyes on the following. Max Verstappen down in 8th, goes green in Sector 1. He'll need to. So too Sir Lewis Hamilton, still 128.3. They should be all right, but it's techie. Hadjar on the radio complaining again. His shoe is still here. Can't believe it. Hadjar, get your head down, mate. Pull your visor down. Focus. Currently in 19th. You sound distracted, sir. And at this point, with T-minus 1 minute 36 seconds left on the docket in Q1, Isaac Hadjar, you've got something to focus on. Got to cross the line and get a lap in, son. Stop being distracted for nonsense. Stroll, Hadjar, Antonelli, Alonso, Liam Lawson currently in your drop zone. Off, there we go. There's a Max Verstappen. Purple sector, 39.7. Although Oscar Piastri then goes and nails Max Verstappen's purple sector, sees him that and raises him a 39.5. Max Verstappen up to third on a 127.943. Don't hate it. Oscar Piastri, though, in all likelihood, is about to take the top spot of your timing sheet with a 127.6. The humanity. 1.5 tenths quicker than Lando. But remember, you've got to normalise for the fact that he's done it at a time when the track is more evolved, different circumstances. Wind now 13.7 kilometers an hour coming in from the southeast. Charles Leclerc bumps himself up to third. Antonelli, let's go. Come off the hour, come off the man. Nails himself a sector 3, purple sector 3 on a 17.383. The humanity. George Russell goes up to second on a 127.843. Still in your drop zone, however. Stroll sets a yellow first sector. He's in danger here, is Lance Stroll. So too Alonso in 18th. Are both Aston Martins going to go out here? Holy smoke. No, Alonso says, behave yourself, Cameron, with your commentator curse. Alonso goes up into 11th. Sainz goes up into 9th. Still in the drop zone, though. Stroll, Hadjar, Lawson, Ocon, Doohan. Rookie sandwich. Bloody Nora. Gasly up into 9th here. It's chaos. 0 minutes, 0 seconds left. Checkered flag settings. Stroll's done. Hajar though, green sector 1, green sector 2. Isaac Hajar, let's go up into 12. Notwithstanding the moaning chat, he gets it done. Ocon also on a hot lap. Doohan finishes. Ocon up into 15th. Demoting therefore Bartoletto, Hulkenberg, Doohan, Lawson, Stroll. Oh, the humanity. Go on, Bartoletto. Let's see what you've got, chap. Come after hour. Hulkenberg up into 15th. Will he be safe though? I feel like Bartoletto is about to nail him. Bartoletto's still on the lap. Bartoletto and Lawson are the only ones still on the lap. Oh, Bartoletto, we're only up into 16th. Lawson, all eyes on Lawson. No. Oh, up into 15th. Well done, Liam. I do not hate that. That's a good news story. Props, chap. So the drop zone, currently out in Q1. Hulkenberg, Bartoletto, Esteban Ocon, Doohan, and Lance Stroll. Some turn up for the books that, eh? Particularly talking to Ocon and Stroll. They shouldn't be there. What's going on? Qualifying out of position. Herein lies the problem with Lance Stroll. 444 of you currently in the chat. Do me a favour, smash the like. Brother Lawson isn't on the grid next year. Oh, kidney, don't say that. That's a good news story. That he got through it. All he needed to do is get through for now. If he can outperform and continue to build, then that's positive news, eh? Yuki doing really well too. Oof. Oh yeah, look at that. Sonoda. Oh wow, look at that. Hajar just moaning. I can't believe that, mate. I can't believe. I mean, he's that's done all right there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, he's moaning about this problem, whatever he's got, right? The belts or whatever it is. Go on then. It looks like 2x2, right? Racing, Red Bull Racing 2x2. Then you've got bloody Ferrari, Scuderia Ferrari. God, look at the gap. Did you see? Woof. So Lewis has had his Weetabix today, eh? 200s adrift of Charles Leclerc. Oh, the humanity. Charles Leclerc on a 127.9. Lewis Hamilton on a 127.9. I don't hate this chat. Go on then. How do you like yourself some F1? Potential things wrong with Hajar could be. Belt. He looked like they were trying to fit the belt. He wasn't comfortable in his seat with a 6-pointer, was he? Verstappen better watch his back. Holy smoke. I know. The gap between bloody Dora. Look at that. The gap between the Ferraris is the same as the gap between the Red Bulls. 200s. I feel like Max might come back and change his setup, right? This is where it helps, even though Max didn't want Yuki and wanted to keep Liam. This is where it helps Max to have somebody serious off of whom he can bounce his ideas as far as setup. Now maybe Max might dial himself some more downforce points as far as his rear wing, because he can see what Tsunoda's doing. Do you know what I mean? Somebody else that's serious, that's got a racing mind and can feed back technically. As far as Tsunoda's, and they said that his gift at the Abu Dhabi testing post the 2024 season was that it was his the rich texture of his feedback to the engineers. If you have a car that's not working, both in terms of its balance and its performance in absolute terms, then you need yourself a Carlos Sainz ideally. But if you can't get a Carlos Sainz, then Tsunoda-san will have to do for now in the here and get him in, put him in there, and now he'll have himself a chance. Joma, you're a legend, mate. Again, if you want to become an elated peddler, get yourself some access to emojis, get yourself access to the newsletter and the Discord, and so too get deference and preference priority in the chat each and every single time, then you know what to do. Click the join. If you like yourself some merch, then we're coming market leading each and every single time now. So Noda-san merch on sale now. There is a link somewhere in the description. Wayne, absolutely nobody. How very dare I know. I've got to put some respect on Lucy's name. That's some performance there that he's put down. To get within 200ths of Charles Leclerc in Q1, then copacetic. 10-4, Lewis. How very dare you, Cameron. Disrespect the one that they call Sir Lewis Hamilton. 503 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash a like, please. Again, Stroll struggling. I know. Imagine OG Zilla. OG Zilla alluding, of course, to the chaos merchant that is the aspect that is Lance Stroll. Quick in changeable conditions. Quick in the wet. Slow in the dry. How, Sway? This makes no sense. Looking at Lance Stroll, oh, the tailwind. But the tailwind's dramatically reduced. I feel like the tailwind was like 27, wasn't it like 27 kilometres doing free practice? What's changed, though, they said in FP2, is the direction of the wind. Like, it's coming behind them in Sector 2. Whereas yesterday, it was a headwind during Sector 2. So you got to change the way that you drive. So too, you got to tinker for the setup. F1 TV crash, don't worry, hybrid. We've got you over here. Horndog has been vindicated again. You know what I wanted to say? Did you guys hear Charles Leclerc in an interview say a multitude of? Let me know. You reckon Charles Leclerc's been working? Or maybe that's just the trick of the mind. Look at the emojis, Daniel. I know. I need to update them as well, Daniel. F1 TV crashed as well. Everyone, F1 TV's crashing for everyone. What are we doing here, chat? This is nonsense. Pay your money. Buxton talking ish. Oh, Lance Stroll at last. Lance binned it. Yeah, no, Lance, the wind took him. But again, the wind can tell. As much as I like to dig on Lance Stroll, do you know what I mean? The incredible sulk himself. Lance Stroll was drunk. Lawson will be a champ, says Yas23. Bloody no, that's a big statement. Let's revisit that in a couple of years. Yas. Did you see him in the show run, Yas? Unable to break traction. I mean, what, like, maybe, but everybody's different, right? I mean, everybody needs even Lewis, as great as the great man is, needs a certain type of car, right? A very specific handling dynamic to get the best out of himself. And one might argue that he's probably one of the quickest that you've ever seen. I turned off multi-view and my F1 TV worked. Oh, wow, Crackosaurus, that's chaos. That is chaos. Wayne, subscribe. Let's go, Wayne. Let's go. Absolutely no one. Cameron, the emoji. Use them. I like seeing the emojis in the chat. Oh, and breathe. Right, T minus 14 minutes, 41 seconds on the docket, Q2. As you were, chat. As you were. Are we quorate? Well, if we are, shall we crack on? Someone forgot. Oh, no, Scrooby, don't say that. Hit the like, Joanna, you're a legend. Ugh. Go on, then. 487 of you in the chat. Only 131 likes. That breaks my heart. Sonoda-san. And merch, Sonoda-san merch is there if anybody wants it. It's not bad, I'm told. You know what I mean? Market leading settings, if you will. Not that I'm going to plug it anymore. There we go. Isaac Hajar has a problem with the seat belt. The white livery ninja. I know, but on which one? Which one do you prefer? The white livery of the Red Bull or the white livery of the Racing Bulls? It's interesting, that. Put some respect on Sonoda's name. I know he's coming with it. RB copied Audi F1. Can you imagine if Sonoda-san out qualifies the 4 soon to be 5 time? Mate. The Max Verstappen naysayers, that'll be like fodder, eh? I don't want to do. I mean, recency bias is a real thing, right? But Abbott, I can't be an Abbott of unreason. Truth, value, and objectivity never ever will be sacrificed. Not on this channel, at the altar of recency bias. No chance. Nor any other cognitive dissonance worthy of the moniker. The Oscar beats Lando for the championship this year. Peter Windsor will need counselling. I guess he and Lando can hug it out. Don't sulk. I mean, I feel like I share. Okay, I think Mr. Windsor can be a bit down on Oscar. I get it, but I don't think he's a million miles away from the truth. Max Verstappen on the hot lap. Give me the onboard, please. I don't think Mr. Windsor is a million miles away from the truth in the way that he characterises Oscar's. I was told once upon a time that Oscar has because of, I think it's one of you guys all, somebody told me a story about Oscar used to drive remote control cars at a really high level, and to do that you've got to understand the dynamic of short corners or V lines, right? The ability to rotate the rear around you with a view to travel the line of least distance. So I think Oscar has that in his locker. I mean, he's a good driver. He still makes a few too many mistakes for me, if I'm being honest. Max Verstappen. There's a Max Verstappen. Gets a banker in 127.5. Let's go. 412 it. Yeah, Max kicks it off big time. Doctor wins is always right. I don't disagree with that. He's never a million miles away. He doesn't bat 1,000, but he's very rarely a million miles away from the truth. Sonoda-san. Let's have a look at the Sonoda-san splits, eh? 30.7. He's 2/10 adrift. 4/10. Oh, struggling on this lap. He's Sonoda-san. He's like half a second adrift of Max. Oh, 0.6, 0.7. Come on, Yuki. Come after Hour. Come after Mansa. As Lando Norris goes purple sector 1, 30.4. And purple sector 2, 39.4. Hamilton goes second, 27.8. Don't hate that. 3/10 adrift of Max, though. Lando's about to top your timing sheets with a 27.1. Holy smoke. 0.35 down the road from Max Verstappen. They've just got time in hand, haven't they, chat? They've got time in your hand. And by the way, circumstance, wind 11.2 kilometers per hour coming in from the southeast. That's different to what it was yesterday. Free practice. 127.0. You hear that from Crofty? Best time ever around there. 127.0 from Seb Vettel. Qualifying master that he was, even though I didn't like him at the time. Finger boy. These lot are going to break into the 126s potentially as the track continues to evolve. Oof, cheeky toe from Oscar Piastri. Oscar about to go. Will he go top? If he's benefited properly, no weaponized for that slipstream, Oscar will go close here. .5. Oscar Piastri goes third. 27.6. Oof. Max Verstappen again. They do this a lot, don't they? Oh, there we go. There's a George Russell. 27.4. All right, George making the point. 0.25 adrift only of Lando Norris. Huh. Antonelli goes 7th. 127.9. Currently in your drop zone in this Q2. Carlos Sainz goes up into 10th. Currently in your drop zone. 15th. Drop dead last. Alex Albon not having set a time. That won't last for long. He's about to just coming over the line. Alex Albon goes 5th. Oh, the humanity. Nailing himself, his teammate Carlos Sainz again to the tune of 0.3. What are we doing, Carlos? Sort yourself out, mate. I'm rooting for you, chap. Currently your drop zone. Liam Lawson, Tsunoda, Behrman, Alonso, and Carlos Sainz Jr. No, Carlos. Say it's not so. Say it's not so. Carlos is washed, Cameron. No, put some research. I don't think he's washed it. I think he's taking some time to adapt. Grass fire. Have we got grass fires? We've got a red flag circumstance. Have we got a grass fire? Oh yeah, look at that. Grass fire because of Oscar Piastri, I think. Potentially. Have you guys seen, we'll go through this during the race, but have you guys seen the way that they've widened the lines into Degner? Grass fire as Cameron Jr. looks to get in on the act. I should have brought him in, to be fair. This is unacceptable at this point. I know, I agree with you. It's a bit chaotic. To put some like AstroTurf or something down, but AstroTurf would probably set a fire quicker. Should have left Japan here where it was in the calendar. Oh, it's a good shout. Can you make an OJ t-shirt? 100% monsters, it's coming. Sort your effing grass out, says Ben. Brilliant. In the words of Christian Horner, once upon a time. Tsunoda will not stay down there, says Vamp. He's hoping not. You know what I mean? Albon's doing all right. I can't hate it. Glad the stopwatch paused. I know they needed to pause it this time. Burn all the grass. Carlos Wash, not a chance. Sainz is no Max or Lewis, adaptable in 2 races. He's a worker and needs time to adapt to the car. Once he does, he will almost most likely beat a Alex Albon. Look after the sun. I don't hate that, Daniel. I think you said that very well there, sir, to be fair. I don't hate that at all. I think he's a worker bee. I think you've characterised Carlos Sainz very, very well there. And I mean, he said as much, right? This is no secret. If you're going to have a check at the Nude Project podcast, he says as much there. How big is this one? Not very big. I think they've already put it out, to be fair. T minus 8 minutes, 26 seconds left on the docket in your drop zone. Lawson, Sonoda, Behrman, Alonso, Carlos Sainz Jr. Quick cheeky word with Jack doing. How are you physically pushing through, mate? Did the Ferraris go out and use softs? Multiviewer, Neil? I can't check it. Give me a minute. Right, since we paused, I can check. Jack doing forced to clear up what happened yesterday. Jack doing doesn't want to talk about it, Craig. Yeah, the Ferraris, both of the Ferraris second stints. Sorry, both of the Ferraris won scrubs. Yeah. Again, Neil, multi-viewer, I swear, honestly, it will change your life. All the data. OGZ, though, you're a legend. They need to do a control burn at this point or bring in some gravel overnight. I know, it's just going to be throughout, isn't it? But have they got time? This is the issue when you're running a race. It's like infrastructure. How much time does that take? How much time have they got? They've got 24 hours, right, before a race proper. Are they going to be able to, relay all of that grass? I don't think they're going to have time. It's going to be what it is for now. But it's not a good look. It is not a good. This is some apocalyptic-ish, says Hassan. Time to grab a kick cuppa, says Outlaw. So we chilled out for a little bit. Red flag circumstance. More grass fires. What are we doing here? More grass fires. What's the point? Fix your fudging circuit. OG's a proper legend, mate. Cameron Few. Yeah. No, they were on scrubs. Those tyres did 6 laps by the time they went in. So I'm putting together the fact that they in lap, out lap, hot lap, scrubs. So yeah, total of three laps before they even came out. Isn't it supposed to rain overnight? Not over. I don't know is the answer, JP, to your question. I know that it's projected to be raining early tomorrow morning around the time of the race start. Give the stream a like. You're a legend, Dr. Chad. A proper legend. Have some of that, Dr. Chad. Proper legendary settings, do you know what I mean? We need to get Una back in the chat. I don't know what's happened to Una. I haven't seen her for a while, and she messaged me and she says she can't get on. So I need to sort that out this end somehow. Oh, it's hit me now all of a sudden. Where's my Red Bull, chat? The tiredness has just gone like this. So you feel like, oh, so tired. Right. Come on, adrenaline. F1, give me some of it. Flashy. Dragons everywhere. All right, we have a session restarted. T-8 minutes left on the docket. Let's go. Race promoter might need. Let's go, Benzie. Race promoter might need to go on air and say sorry and apologise. I think I might. It's a very hardcore are the Japanese fan base. Proper motorsports fans. They've come up in this. Do you know what I mean? It's a privilege. All right, Sonoda-san, go on then, have a go, mate. Let's see what you've got, Yuki. Currently in your drop zone are the following: Lawson, Sonoda-san, Behrman, Alonso, Sainz. I feel like this would be a failure if Sonoda-san went out in Q2. Checo Perez settings reminiscent of 2:40 AM. Bloody Nora. Vampire legend. What's Umash getting up to? Wake me up when something happens again. Go, oh no, I can't believe they couldn't get a sprinkler or even a couple fire trucks in to saturate the grass. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Shout out to Lewis for being so close. Sometimes ahead of Charles in qualifying. All this in his face bodes well. It does bode well. If anything, chat, if Sir Lewis Hamilton extremists weren't abbots of unreason, if it wasn't all about outcomes and not processes, they'd be focused on this, right? This, what Lewis Hamilton has done hitherto, thus far this session, completely knocks out the park the sprint pole and the sprint race win. I would contend if he can get that close to Charles Leclerc in Q3, then we can get out, like, as a Lewis Hamilton fan base, champers. That's the proper stuff that is. Lewis Hamilton has done running short. 100% Genie, I agree with you. And this feels like the coup de grace as far as Lewis Hamilton, thus far at least. If you can out-qualify Charles Leclerc or get very close to Charles Leclerc here, then he'll be converting skeptics into believers for sure. The car's very low though. Do you see it sparking up at the back again? Bloody Nora. He's hooked up, isn't it? He's hooked up for Lewis here. On his out lap, he's getting it in already. Oh my god. Excuse me. OG's a legend. Rain and race, they might be a blessing in disguise. Oh yeah, for the fire as much as the competitive landscape. It's a very good shout, OG Zidane. You're far too kind, sir, as always. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line in fourth, 127.6. Currently top of your timing sheets. Lando on a 27.1. Russell 27.4. Verstappen 27.5. Charles Leclerc goes 27.6. 1/100th quicker than his teammate Lewis. What concerned me with Lewis is that I kept seeing a delta of like 0.2. Do you remember that was a trend in testing? It was 0.2. Australia in quality, it looked like it was 0.2. China, if I recall correctly, it was 0.2. Now, however, it's 1/100th, and that matters. Go on then, Yuki. T-minus 4 minutes, 37 minutes left on the docket. Currently your drop zone. Sonoda-san, Lawson, Behrman, Alonso, Carlos Sainz Jr. Usual suspect GP, therefore. Absolutely nobody. Who the is that guy, says Wade. Let's go. Lawson can still go through. No, 100%. I mean, he's got time. 27.7 needed to get through, says AWS. Who's got 27.7? So Piastri, bloody no, they'll improve all the way down to. So only Oscar is currently safe of the current crop. 621 of you watching could currently do me a favour and smash a like. I'm grateful to each of you ad infinitum. Understatement of the year settings. I wished and dreamed that I could come somewhere and talk about F1. Do you know what I mean? With like-minded folk, and you guys are helping me. I mean, it's my name across the door, of course, but this community is a function of all your industry and hard work. I'm telling you, I'm grateful. T-minus 8 minutes. 8 minutes, T-minus 3 minutes. Put your glasses on, Cameron. T-minus 3 minutes and 7 seconds left on the docket. Go on then, all eyes on Yuki Tsunoda. Go on, Tsunoda-san. Give me a lap, but it's one and done now, I think. You won't have time to come in and put new tyres on. Brand new set of soft compound red labelled tyres from Tsunoda-san. Here we go, chat. Oh no, 30.8. Come on, Yuki, get moving, chap. That's not good enough. Yellow sectors. I'll tell you why this lap means a lot for Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, geez, and look, and Lawson goes green. Oh, no. No, Yuki, not about no green. It's all gone bad, hasn't it? I'll tell you why this, as Yuki approaches sector 2, completion of. There we go. There we go. Green sector from Yuki. Why this matters is because F1's a momentum game. What Yuki desperately doesn't want to get himself involved in is the expectation pressure doom loop. One bad performance. Oh, here we go again. Yuki's not the guy again. Oh no, it's not gonna be it. Fudge. No. Yuki's dead. Oh no. As Liam Lawson is in front. Look at this. No. Tsunoda-san, please. Green sector 1 and 2 from Liam Antonelli all the way up into 7th. Lawson up into 10th on a 127.9. Shoot. T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Will that be enough? I think Carlos Sainz might have something to say about that. Hajar up into 8th. Bloody purple sector 3. Despite his complaints. Alonso up into 10th. Jeez. Drop zone 11th. Oh, Behrman up into 8th. Pushing down Alonso, Lawson, Gasly, Tsunoda-san, Carlos Sainz Jr. into the drop zone. Gasly about to come over across the line. Up into 11th only though. Gasly's gone. So right off Gasly, Alonso. Lawson goes yellow sector. Lawson's gone, I think. Tsunoda gone. Only Carlos Sainz can get himself out of the drop zone and potentially into Q3. But then Albon's into 10th. So go on then. All up to you, Carlos. You have the opportunity to demote one Alex Albon into the drop zone as Oscar Piastri goes up into 4th on a 27.5. Go on, Carlos. Got the opportunity. No, Carlos. Only up into 12th. Carlos Sainz is out in Q2 again. Doesn't make it through to Q3. No bueno. Who's that being dangerous on the track, eh? That's a Williams. Impeding from a... No, Lewis will be alright. Going to the pits, Lewis, it's done. Doesn't matter, Jacques. Lewis is 3. No seconds left on the docket. It's like, what are we doing? Just pit, Charles. Like, save yourself some time. A Ferrari really being stupid here? Am I missing something? There's no one else on track. Just pit them. It's stupid. No, Ferrari are going to get on my nerves. Yuki took a Yuki. I know that's not good, is it? Sleepy. I am, Joanna. I haven't slept. Science impeding. Oh. Right, we don't sleep. There's F1 on. 518 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash like. Carlos needs until the summer. Daniel, I think you've turned it very well there, to be honest. Liam sweeps the leg. Oh, no. Put him in a body bag. Karate Kid references. Tsunoda doesn't look too happy. Let's see how stoic Yuki's going to be now. Tsunoda-san merch out now, by the way. If I didn't mention already, Russell is god tier in the Merc this year. which is ironic. It was science impeding OG Zilla. But I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because ultimately, losers through, no harm, no foul. Max P3 in that tin can, I can live with it. Daniel Russell he's not bad as that Max Verstappen fella. And this is almost why I want to see him in. I want to say, look, I said it on the video yesterday. Of course, I want to live through the 5-time era. I do. I was a bit too, like in 2000, I was paying attention to F1, of course. I was watching. I wasn't experiencing it like I am now. So, of course, I want to live through a 5-time era. But on the flip side of that, when Max doesn't have the quickest car, when he's 4 tenths down and then it's wet and he's got to do a Brazil 2024, that's when you see the mettle of the man. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. That's when, I know Max doesn't enjoy it. I know he wants to win every single race by 60 seconds because I think that's how much faster he thinks he is than as versus the rest. However, when Max has to make the difference, like Toto said last year, Red Bull aren't winning races. Max is, if we're couching the conversation in terms of causation, then that's when I feel like that's the legacy conversation there now that we're having, isn't it? That's when you've just got to put Max Verstappen's face on the Mount Rushmore of F1. He's making the difference. This is like Senna Tolman, like Monaco, Alan Prost. Do you know what I mean? Those god tier ones. So I don't know. Maybe that's more worthy of. Maybe that's more worthy of the greatness conversation. I don't know. I'm rapping here. I'm riffing. I'm not sure. In fact, you know what? Let me ask you guys. 56% of you said Q3. Bad luck. I know Sonoda-san out, sadly. Let me ask you guys this. Max. What? Domo arigato gozaimasu. You guys let me know what you think. What would you rather see? Ollie Behrman celebrating first time fit to Q3. I don't hate it. Ollie Behrman. Oh my gosh, that was really bad from Carlos. Carlos Sainz to be investigated. Half a second behind Max on the circuit. He knows what. I know. It's not a good look. It isn't a good look. 0.5. And it's 0.5. As on the nose almost. To 3 decimal places. And they said that it needs to be 0.3 behind. Oh, Carlos got caught napping. But Carlos's engineers want to be onto him there, telling him what's going on. He didn't get any information. Ultimately, no harm, no foul though, because it didn't cost Lewis anything apart from a run. What is this poll? Umanch. What I'm trying to say there in the poll, and I've worded it very badly, is when Max is in a slower car, that's when he sees greatness, right? That's when you can't avoid it. Do you know what I mean? The Max Verstappen naysayers, when he's RB19 and he's in the quickest car every single time, Max Verstappen naysayers will say, well, he's in the quickest car, like anybody will win in the quickest car. Lando can win in the quickest car. But when Max is in the slower car, that's when you can see the difference that he's making. That's what I mean by that poll. So would you therefore rather see Max Verstappen in the quickest car and run away by 20 seconds? Does that show how good he is, or is it easier to see when he's in a... That's what I mean by that very much. Sorry, I've worded it very poorly. No worries, guys. Yuki's going to be Max Brazil 24 tomorrow. Here's hoping, Safak. And you're a legend, by the way. Far too kind as always. True test will be if Yuki can score some points tomorrow. 100% OG Zilla. If he can work his way through. It's sad, though. I mean, he would have been perfect if he could have got through. I suppose what's concerning there... He said he didn't finish in 11th. He didn't just barely miss getting through to Q3, did he? He was. Okay, sack off half a second adrift of Max. He was 2/10 away from getting through to Q3. Not concerning. Not a sackable offence just yet, but do you know what I mean? Go on then. You're I think Mats will leave end of the year. I don't hate it. Facts. I think you might. I understand now the verbiage got. I know it's me being a word salad umanch. You know what I mean? I don't believe it, but can go to P7 and a Mazer saw. That's what Red Bull needs. A point scoring second car, 100%. Needs to be contributed. It needs to be in and of the conversation, right? That's what he needs. Lang, you're a legend. Lang 86. Legend, welcome. And again, anybody that's an Elated Peddler, newsletter weekly, sometimes, all the time, occasionally. Of course, you get yourself access to the emojis and priority in the chat each and every single time. In addition to the access to the Discord, where we try and continue the conversation. Didn't Yuki say you can put it into the podium? Oh no, JB. Famous last words. No, Safak's a proper legend. And Lange. Correct me, Lang, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Please correct me. I'm reading it as Lang and not Lange. Championship is still young. Absolutely is. By the way, have you guys seen the match? Not going to say it again. It's there. It's there. There will be more coming. Supermax. There will be Lewis as well, of course. Soon. Some of the journos needed this. Ugh. Go on then. Q3. T minus 11 minutes and 30 seconds left on the docket. Round 9 in Spain will be the tell-all. Absolutely. So people, you had to hit the like button. I agree with you. Right? What's going on here? Let's go. We have to really ask, without Max Red Bull or a mid-table team, how good is he? Dr. Chad, and that's what I'm getting at in the poll. 586 if you're watching concurrently. We have T minus 10 minutes left on the docket. We have ourselves Q3. How much faster than the rest of these McLarens in the hands of Lando and Oscar? That's the question of the day, right? That's the exam question. And I'm keen. And how close can Max get to them? How honest can he keep Lando and OJ? Huh. Go on, and it's going to get... Look at this previous... Did you see the previous polls? Max doesn't miss a lot around here. If he finishes, he'll finish on the podium. If past his prologue. What did I miss? Yuki's out, sadly. Enough Max glazing, says Neil. I mean... the restaurant of sporting endeavour par excellence is the one that we frequent most frequently, Neil. And for that, I make no apologies. Oof, look at George. George getting that banker in it. Oh my gosh, George's car is hooked up massively. Look at the onboard. And I'm loving these new wide angle onboards, by the way. The sensation of speed is dramatically enhanced. But oof. Look at him through Degner 1 and 2. Holy smoke, George. Chill out, mate. George for pole, eh? I should have got a pole. Speaking of the pole. Bloody Nora. George is onto it. Look at that. I can't even take my eyes off the screen. Excuse. Oh, wow. George is dialed in here. Comes across the line. That's a good lap from George. 127.3. Oof. Hasn't improved critically. Max Verstappen has, though. Purple sector 2 from Maximilian Verstappen. Oof, let's go. 39.4 plays. So he's a tenth and a half up. It's close, though, Max. It's close, although Oscar just gaps like that. Look at that. Max Verstappen goes top at a 127.278. Oscar Piastri about to go top, though. That purple sector is lightning from Oscar. Look at that. Holy smokes. 2/10 is what Oscar's just dunked on the heads of the other 19. Look at this. Go on then, Lando. Lando's dropped the ball, chat. Look at that. 21. He's put himself under pressure again. Lando Norris 1.0 is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He's left himself some to do here. No banker lap. Why does he always make his life? Look, he'll probably go in and put on another set of soft compound red label tyres and go quickest, potentially. He probably will, because Lando has that as Charles Leclerc goes third. Lando has that in his locker, but I don't know why he makes his life more difficult than necessary, right? Let's get the bloody lapping. Seb Vettel settings or Seb Vettel settings. Yeah, new track record. 127.0, and they'll go quicker. I think the pole will be 126 something as well. Oof. I think they'll go quicker. So is this the commerce? OJ Piastri. I don't know. I feel like I'm being harsh to OJ. To Oscar. I think Lando will kill it. I still favour Lando to go, but I don't know. I think it says something about the dude that he needs 2 bites at the cherry. Oh, look at that. Oscar has the whip hand. Look at the track map where he's quickest. Everywhere. Oscar Piastri. And you'll recall that Zach Brown once said that Oscar holds, as far as the high speed stuff, 130R et al. Oscar Piastri is always going to be quicker than Lando through those type of turns. Braver. Birthday Paul Piastri. It's his birthday. Bloody Nora. Imagine. Dr. Chad. Umarch. What's it? My favourite drivers 1 and 2 owe the humanity. No, I'd need Lewis to throw his hat into that arena for me to echo those sentiments. Lewis now all of a sudden 4/10 adrift of Charles Leclerc. I don't like that. Currently, with T-minus 5 minutes to go left on the docket, Oscar Piastri has the whip hand on a 27.05. Verstappen Leclerc, who leads Charles. Verstappen Leclerc? Verstappen leads Charles, who leads in turn King George Russell of Kingston, Norfolk, to Norris, to Hamilton, Hajar, Behrman, Albon, to Kimi Antonelli. Oof. Oof. How do you like? I think the juice will be. I mean, and that will be, honestly, that will be a shift in set. Look, you'll recall last year, how many times did Oscar out-qualify Lando over the course of 24, properly out-qualify over the course of 24 races? 3. If Oscar, only 3 races in, leads Lando Norris 2-1 at the end of this qualifying session, then that matters, eh? Got to mean something on board of Lewis, struggling at Degner 2, cheeky oversteer moment. The contour of Degner 2, like, took him out. Lewis is fuming in the car, look. Momentum sometimes. I think this is the type of guy that will be looking at Carlos Sainz and that episode thinking, well, he will feel that whether it affects him substantively is different from whether he perceives it to affect him. If I know anything about Lewis, he'll be fuming still about the Carlos Sainz incident, the impeding, even though his place in Q3 was assured. This is where the bloody Ricardo Adami needs to get his arms around Lewis Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? Massage his back a little bit, euphemistically speaking. You know what I mean by that. If indeed qualifying in F1 is a momentum game, F1 is a momentum game always, each and every single time. But qualifying more than most as far as this aspect will be decided by how much momentum you can take through FP1, 2 and 3, and then ultimately for Q1, 2 and 3. Here he is. We are on board. With the McLaren of Lando Norris. He's very cool and calm, isn't he? OJ, RLJ. Do people put too much in that though? Quali is key, Benz. You can't overtake in Suzuka, that's why. Have you guys seen the registration of Lando Norris on his P1? 444 L8 something or other. Oof. Go on then. Let's have a go. T minus 2 minutes. Let's get the timing sheets up. Currently, as it stands, Oscar Piastri has the whip hand. Pole position. Provisional pole. But all these lot are going to go again. And I think there will be change. This timesheet won't sit as it is. I don't think it will stand. George is on the money all of a sudden. Oh, George. George runs wide ever so slightly. Eh? No, George. Antonelli in stark contrast. Antonelli matches the sector 1 of George, but George was at fast through sector 1. He's already made a mistake. Yeah, George is out the running. I don't think George will improve upon that 27.3. The car looks hooked up, eh? Lewis Hamilton, what's on it? Yeah, that's on his P1. I think it's like LH44. I don't know, something like that. And there's a Lando Norris, 30.3, eh? Get the eyes, get the camera on Lando, please. 30.3 from Lando Norris. Rapid sector 1, purple sector 1. Huh. Yeah, George is struggling here. I don't think he's going to improve. Up, Antonelli will though. Antonelli up into 6th on a 127.5. You know who I want to see? Show us a sector 2. 39.3 from Lando Norris, sector 2. I think it's still on, you know. I think he's on for pole, is Lando. Provisional pole, potentially a 126 here. If he can nail the final chicane, sector 3. Lando Norris coming through. He's still nailed, isn't he? 126 incoming. 126.995. There we go. Lap record. Holy smoke. That's quick from Lando. All eyes on you. Mr. Max Verstappen, your move, sir. Max Verstappen is on to it, though, chat. Let's have a gander. Are we going to get a flag? This is the risk that you run, eh? Max Verstappen does a 39.3. Okay, so Max Verstappen is... Oh, he's just shy. He's improving his Max, but he's ever so slightly shy of Lando's. He's about a 10th down, his Max. Oh, Oscar's made it. Oscar's... Let's go! Max Verstappen! Let's go! All in sector 3, mate. And he's going to pole it because Oscar's not going to go quicker. Oscar's less free to... Listen to me. Oh my God, this dude. Oh my gosh. Goosebumps, chat. What are we doing here? How's he done that? I've just got a goose. I don't understand. How? How, Sway? How has Max Verstappen done that? Look at the crowd. The crowd are like, how? He doesn't have the quickest car. And Max Verstappen goes and does that. Show me the onboard of it. How's he done that, chat? I don't understand. Like, I just don't get GP writing down. Like, nobody understands this. Unbelievable, Outlaw. How in the fudge has he done that? This harks back to, this is why I put out that poorly worded poll, chat, about whether you want to see Max in a slow car or a fast one. Because now he doesn't have a car. It's not the quickest one. Lando and us. Insane. Pole position. Holy smoke. I've got goosebumps, chat. How's he done that? This just makes no flipping sense. Are you not entertained? That, like, you just don't even. That's why I ask you that question, chat. It makes it more pertinent now. He has no right to be on pole. He shouldn't be on pole. Sonoda-san is 15th. Holy smoke. Max Verstappen on pole. 100 to the tune of 1/100th of a second. Let me hear them. The Max Verstappen naysayers now start talking. They're running for the hills, scarpering into the shadows. Why? Because Max Verstappen stopped claiming that Red Bull is slow. Well, it's not slow, fire up. But was it work, fire up? Let's have a serious conversation now. And again, this is going to be the review video, the reaction video shortly. Is that Red Bull, that RB21, is that a pole sitter car? Or should that be the remit of Lando and Oscar? Lando and Oscar should have locked out that front row. But if you make a mistake, Max Verstappen will make you pay. That's the issue here. That's what we're dealing with. That's why this dude is a generational driver. When all's said and done, you have to put Max Verstappen's face on the Mount Rushmore of F1 from now. Full stop, new paragraph. Where's the rest? Lewis Hamilton down in... Okay, so Lewis, I think Lewis was frustrated because of the Carlos Sainz Jr. thing. I don't understand it. But again, 0.4, 0.3 away from Charles. Charles 127.3 in fourth. But a story of the day, chat, you get it already. You know what time it is. How has Max Verstappen done that? Somebody needs to explain it to me because this makes no sense. That RB21, so mercurial and difficult is it to drive, should not be on pole. Extend your hand, Lando Norris, because that should be yours, but you made the mistake. Ultimately, you know what the joke is? Lando Norris was quick. He put in a time. It was Oscar Piastri that made the mistake at the critical times when he was meant to go and nail it. Ultimately, Lando didn't get 2 bites at the cherry, but I mean, like, so many mates that I'm baffled. Goosebumps all over my body when I see that. Without Max, it's just a midfield car. I don't hate it. Facts, I think you're right. It's just, what? Who is he? Whence did this dude come? Where did they get him from? Some alien dude. Whatever you want to say about the dude outside the car, you might love him or not. I don't care. When you see that, if you like F1, are you not entertained? Unbelievable, Wulong. I'm seeing that. I'm just, you know, as I'm watching the timing sheets, so like my eyes, I'm looking for Max Verstappen. I'm looking from like third. I'm not expecting him to go and nail pole or even second. My eyes are like hovering around third, and then I realise all of a sudden that he's gone and dropped it on pole. What? Mate. You just don't. I feel like phoning Mr. Windsor and getting him on. Like, how? Safak. Goosebumps all over my body. I don't even understand this chap. Look at him, cool as a cucumber. Ice cool water flowing through his veins. Unbelievable, chat. How's he done that? New lap record as well to beat. Yeah, you understand now why I put that question out, Umar. You get it now. Because he doesn't have the quickest car, but yet he's on pole again. What now? Houseway. Explain this to me. I've got to see that on board. Chat, I'm going to go and run. There's a reaction video coming soon, and I don't know what I'm going to say in there. How? Umanch, it's chaos. It's just witnessing something serious, right? He ripped the second sector and the third. Purple both. I just don't... Come off the hour. Come off the hour, for real, for real. Neil, Max's driving style is so unique that I'm not sure we'll ever see a driver like him again. He spends so little time on the brake. But I just don't get it. I don't understand, Neil, and you're too kind as always. Totally unexpected, but this guy, Max, did it again. I don't understand, Outlaw. I've got goosebumps all over my body, and I feel like I've just watched something special. To be fair to Lando and Oscar, when Max is in that mood, you've just got to shrug your shoulders, eh? Do you know what I mean? It's like trying to defend Leo Messi sometimes. It's just like, what are you going to do? How are you going to beat that dude to pole? When he's in that mood, like, what are you going to do? Jomo. Unbelievable, Jomo. If it rains, Max has the whip hand. Jomo, you're a legend as always, by the way. Go on then, chat. I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'm going to dissect. I'm going to dissect. There will be a video up shortly. What? What did we just... Rafa, why haven't we seen that on board already? I just don't get what... I don't understand. Somebody's got to explain it to me. Lando's shell shot. But there are going to be times this year, Lando, if you're going to win a championship, chap, there's going to be times when Max just dials it up to 12, and I don't think there's anything that you can do at that stage. I don't think there's anything you can do. Chat, you guys have been legends. I'm going to run. Unbelievable. I just feel like fire-breathing dragon settings. I just feel like we want something very special. To see Max Verstappen drop that car that doesn't deserve, that Sonoda-san only gets on 15th, doesn't even get through to Q3, and then Max Verstappen goes and puts it on pole. I mean, come after our chat. Come after, man. I think we've seen something very special here. Reaction video / stream out very soon. I just want to go and dissect for all the relevant plots. And then, of course, we'll see you 8 p.m. tonight talking about all things F1. And then 30 minutes before lights out tomorrow for the race. Oh, the humanity. 4 soon to be 5 time. Some say. What are we doing here? Leave it.